At 8 years old, I started judo, and I'm 61 now. So that's quite a few years.
I started when I was about 10 years old, so that would put it in about 1967.
Really, not much has changed. At 8 years old, I can always recall walking up with my friend. He asked me to come and watch him do judo, see if I was interested.
My father brought me and 2 other friends down. I was a bit apprehensive, but we all joined at the same time.
All the kids were having a lot of fun, so I said, yes, I'd like to, and asked my parents, and they said yes.
We love judo because if I fall down, we're practicing slapping and will help us not get hurt.
When someone tries to attack you, you can throw them, but you have to go to them.
My dad did judo, and I wanted to actually do his sport with him. And I like coming to the dojo because I get to meet new people, and I like to throw people.
Judo itself means the gentle way, and it's gentle, but it is physical.
So try that again so you can show everybody here. So phone goes in, big box, and then attack. Okay. So just to let you know what happened there, Riley likes to attack after it's basically a counter technique.
And the goal in judo really is the ippon. The thought and mind of making your body do a technique as perfect as possible and throwing your opponent with the least amount of effort, speed, agility, and timing.
It's the feeling and experience of actually executing your technique and throwing people down. That feeling just stuck with me, and it got me to continue.
As we enter the dojo, we always bow and ask for respect for the club itself. And every time we enter the mat, we also bow. But that's showing respect not only to the school, but the founder of judo, Jigoro no Kono, the person who, allowed us to have an art that allows us to achieve a physical and intellectual goal. Seattle Dojo is the oldest dojo in the United States. Approximately 1903 is when it was started. The way it started, as the story goes, a teacher from Japan came here to do a demonstration, and his name was Yamashita Sensei. He had a demonstration here in Seattle, and what came out of that was the people that were there that did do judo from the Seattle area decided to start a club themselves. So what they did was, because they didn't have a place to do it at, and they would go to a hotel down in Chinatown and use the basement to have their judo classes. And apparently that moved around from a couple of those type of situations where they ended up coming to this building in 1937, and this became the permanent spot for Seattle Dojo. As far as the basic style of teaching judo, it really has not changed too much here at this club right here. We do a warm-up, we do some mat technique, go through a lesson of learning how to do technique for throwing techniques. And from there we do what's known as uchikomi, where we practice a technique or many techniques where we go in and out, just go in and out, repetition over and over again. As we do what's known as randori, which is a free practice where we work out with all sizes and all shapes and all ages, and we practice what we learned from our lesson that day.
There's a number of people, pictures on the wall, who were instructors before me, who I don't even know who they are because it was that long ago. My instructors practiced here in the 50s. Both of them won the national championships. They themselves, they volunteered their time here to teach us when we were kids, and their names is Mr. Yamada and Mr. Kato.
They say sensei to me, which means teacher. And it's kind of embarrassing to me because I think about all the senseis that I know before me, I can't compare to them, my senseis really, in no way in my mind, in their efforts and their abilities and their time and commitment that they've made to the judo.
When I committed to be an instructor at this dojo, it was quite a large responsibility to take on. I have a deep respect for the art of judo. So I hope to be able to continue the practice of judo at Seattle Dojo for my time until I can pass it on to somebody else. And I will entrust it to them and they can continue to carry on the legacy of judo at the Seattle Dojo.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.